Our attention to the boys game as the starting lineups are being introduced down on the floor as the music's about to come up. David behind us gets the music going. Wildcats will start. Mike Gibson at the point. Mike turned his ankle yesterday in practice, was kind of doubtful, but he's able to go. Sean Bohannon, Tim Kane will get a start along with Bill Brock. Wildcats going with 4 guards tonight, 1 post player in John Marsh.
Yeah, well, Coach Carringer, he definitely wants to get the tempo up in this ball game. They have to get the ball up the court quickly. I can't hardly hear myself talk, David, but they have to get the ball up the court as Tim Kane is introduced, senior wing player for the Wildcats. And they got to get this game going quickly from the beginning.
What a great crowd on hand here, Joe. Just unbelievable.
Oh yeah, David, I got chills going up my spine. It's just been an outstanding crowd tonight. After an outstanding girls game, very exciting game.
The lineups are being introduced. Oak Ridge trying to win their 2nd consecutive game, their 2nd game intact with the entire roster back. And Wildcats played a very good Cookeville team. But this team from Bradley is 9-0. They've beaten everybody they played.
Yeah, well, they were undefeated last year, David, coming into Oak Ridge High School, and we sent them away with a loss. I don't think Bradley made the mistake this year of talking much in the press. I remember last year whenever we showed up on game day, Coach Carringer had an article cut out of the paper that Bradley had said that they would like to go undefeated going into their Christmas tournament, and that was sort of a motivating factor. I'm sure that Bradley didn't say much this year.
80-45 was the final score of that game last year.
Oh yeah, David, it was just a thrashing. That was probably one of our better games that we played last year. Like from the opening tip, we got all over them, and we just extended the lead in the second half.
And the 2 teams are out on the floor. The Bradley Bears wearing black and gold. The Wildcats wearing their white jerseys with cardinal numerals. It'll be number 54, Driscoll, to jump with Sean Bohannon. And this one's about to get underway from the Oak Ridge High School gym. Ball up, tip control by Bradley as he steps out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. And I thought I was toast, Joe.
Yeah, that's Eddie Coates' brother, David, and you can't hardly tell at all, can you?
Down the floor will come Oak Ridge. Couldn't hear what you said, Joe.
I was saying that Tanner Coates looks exactly like Eddie Coates. He's wearing the same number, and he's a similar type player.
Sure does. For the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Outside it goes once again to Mike Gibson. Gibson sets it over to Bill Brock. Thought about penetrating, will not be able to do so. There's Gibson, 3-pointer on its way, no good. On the rebound will come the Bradley Bears. Pulling down the board is Russell Montgomery, and they'll bring the ball down the floor with Eddie Fodrell. Fodrell to the midcourt circle, picked up by Bill Brock, swings it over to the right side. They try to work the ball inside, and they do, and it comes to Driscoll. Driscoll turning, spinning, shot no good. They get the rebound up, and they blow it. Marsh pulls down the board for the Wildcats to Bill Brock. Brock down the floor for the Wildcats. There's Sean Bohannon on the right wing. Bill Brock on the left side. Now goes inside. Great pass. Here's the shot. No good. Tip back in. Good by John Marsh. And Oak Ridge leads 2-0. Here comes the Bradley Bears. 7 minutes to play in the first quarter, just underway. Down the floor will come number 50. That'll be Brent Copeland. He brings it across and swings it over on the left side to Tanner Coates. 3-pointers up, no good on the rebound. Bill Brock deflects it, saved by the Bears. Shot is up, good. They score with Brent Copeland, and we're tied at 2, and Oak Ridge has the basketball. Coach Carringer says they don't want to get into a running game. They would prefer to stay in a half-court game, the Bears, that is.
Oh, yeah, that's true, David. They don't want to run, and that's what Sean Bohannon's got to do is get up the floor. And I think Coach Carringer mentioned this morning that they will come out in a press, in this 2-2-1 zone press, but it's rather a press to slow down the tempo of the game rather than to speed it up.
Sean Bohannon to the free throw line for the Wildcats. The Wildcats tied at 2 with the Bradley Central Bears right here on AM 1290 WATO. Some discussion going on. Have a packed gym at the Oak Ridge High School gym as Sean Bohannon goes to the free throw line. Bohannon on the year is a 50% free throw shooter. He's only played in 1 ball game. He hit 13 points Tuesday night against Cookeville as the discussion continues out on the floor.
Yeah, well, free throws is going to be one of those things that's going to come for the Wildcats. You know, they're just getting their full squad in this week, and they'll just work on that in practice, and I'm sure that they will improve over the course of the year, David.
Wildcats playing with Tim Kane, along with Bill Brock, Mike Gibson, John Marsh, Sean Bohannon at the free throw line. The Wildcats tied with the Bears at 2. Sean Bohannon to the free throw line. Toss, no good. Fouled in the act of shooting. He'll have a second attempt. Chuck Carringer, head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats, assisted by Ricky Norris and Mark Castleberry. Second toss missed. On the rebound will come the Bradley Bears, and down the floor will come number 24 for them, Tanner Coates. Coates guarded by Sean Bohannon. Alley-oops it to the much bigger guy, Brent Copeland. They work it in for a shot, which is good by Jamie Driscoll. And down the floor will come Oak Ridge. Mike Gibson, the Wildcats running to Bell Brock. Brock stops across the midcourt line, gives it over to Kane. Kane pulls up to Bohannon, right corner. Can't take the shot. Tim thought about a three, swings the ball out to Gibson, taken out of his hands by the Bears. Long pass down to Coates. Coates drives, stops, shoots. Good. They lead by 4, 6-2, and here comes Oak Ridge back the other way. 6-2 our score. 6 minutes to play. We're in the first quarter of this non-district ball game from the Oak Ridge High School gym. Tim Kane penetrates all the way through, turning, spinning, driving. Kane shot short on the rebound, saved away by Bradley. Down the floor will come Jamie Driscoll. They have the basketball and a 4-point lead. 6-2 the score. Across the line will come Eddie Fodrell at the point. Picked up by Gibson. Comes back to the left. Up high goes to Driscoll. Driscoll against Marsh. Hands it over to Coates. Coates drives. Free throw line shot blocked by Bohannon. Bohannon gets a breakaway. Here we go. Sean. No good. He's fouled. Thought we were going to get a dunk by Sean Bohannon to start this one. Eddie Fodrell was fouls Sean, and he'll go to the free throw line again. Sean Bohannon will have, let's see, 2 shots. Sean is 0 for 2 in the ball game. 5:31 to play. We're in the first quarter. 6-2 Bradley. Let's see if Sean can knock down these tosses. Bohannon, just as practiced 2 or 3 times. Guns, and that one was a nice one. Shot good by Sean Bohannon. The Wildcats cut the lead in half, 6-3. And back to the free throw line, Sean Bohannon. Senior, 6'2", shoots good. Here comes Bradley down the floor facing full court pressure for the Wildcats. They work the ball in. They set a trap on number 50. Breaks out of it. That's Copeland. His pass is deflected. Saved by Kane. Kane turns, spins, shoots. Good. Kane scores, and we tie the game at 6. And down the floor will come the Bradley Bears with the basketball. Tanner Coates brings it all the way down the line. Turning, spinning, goes inside to the big guy. Shot good. Made good by Jamie Driscoll. It's a 2-point game. 8-6 the score. Bradley on top. Here's Oak Ridge's Kane to Bohannon. Sean will drive. Will not penetrate all the way through. Looks up high to Kane. Kane with it inside. Gibson off the glass shot. Good. Rolled around the rim. Mike Gibson gets it to drop, and we're tied at 8. Down the floor will come the Bradley Bears. Eddie Fodrell all the way down the floor. Pulls up as he's cut off there by Mike Gibson. Midcourt line, he dribbles against Gibson, fires a pass on the left side. Off it goes to number 50. That'll be Copeland once again. Back to Coates. Pulls up and shoots. No good. On the rebound will come the Bears. Bradley with the basketball. 3-pointer by the big guy. Brick. No good. Rebounded back up. No good. Marsh pulls down the board for the Wildcats. John Marsh down the floor to Sean Bohannon. Bohannon brings the ball to the right extension of the free throw line, then backs up to the midcourt circle and gives it over to the point guard, Mike Gibson. Gibson, left side, Bell Brock looks inside Marsh. He's fouled. Personal foul will go against Jamie Driscoll. Tried to go right through John Marsh. That'll be his second personal foul. 4:21 to play in the first quarter. 8-8 the score. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball.
Yeah, well, Bradley Central's getting too many second shots as Wildcats are getting abused on the defensive glass this far.
You know, their fans aren't as vocal as they were for the girls' game. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, David, it's almost like a White County sort of thing. You know, they come and support their girls, but, you know, I think they might have worn themselves out after that great girls' game, though.
Ball is knocked out of bounds by Bradley. Almost took out one of the lights in doing so. It'll be Bradley back on defense, and the Wildcats, Sean Bohannon to work the ball in. We're tied at 8, 4:14 to play in the first quarter. Now play is halted as the Bears will substitute Adam Badgett into the ball game. Checking out with 2 personal fouls will go Jamie Driscoll.
Yeah, well, Bradley's going with a lot smaller lineup. I can't get used to seeing those black and gold jerseys without at least one 7-footer out there.
Mike Gibson gets a great feed and puts it in and scores. The Wildcats take the lead, 10-8. Down the floor will come the Bears once again. Fodrell is fouled in rear court on a push by Mike Gibson. 4 minutes, 5 seconds to play. First quarter action here, 10-8 the score. It'll be the Bears with the basketball side court. It'll be Brent Copeland to work the ball in front of the Oak Ridge student section. Yet to get the ball in now does, then it comes to Tanner Coates. Coates to the midcourt circle, calls the play. Sean Bohannon right in his face. On the left side it goes to Badgett. They work it into the big guy. He lost it. Bohannon steals it. Sean Bohannon, the Wildcats senior, drives in, has to kick it back out to Kane. Thought about a 3, now penetrates. Kicks it cross court to Bell Brock. Pulls up, takes a 15-footer. No good. Marsh had the rebound, ripped out of his hands on the deflection to Copeland, and down the floor will come the Bears. Quickly down the floor will come Eddie Fodrell. Now he slows things up as he brings it across the line. Mid at the midcourt line, the ball is knocked out by whom? Bell Brock. He deflects it out. I think that was a good call.
Oh, yeah, David, it looked like he went off Bell Brock last.
3 minutes, 34 seconds to play. First quarter, 10-8 the score. It'll be the Bears right in front of Ricky Norris to work the ball in with number 50, Brent Copeland. Works it on the alley-oop pass, goes out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge's basketball. I don't know what he was trying to do. I guess he was trying to find number 52, Kevin Young, cutting in there. Nobody even came close to that one. Or 32, that is. Adam Badgick went out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. It'll be Oak Ridge's Vail Brock bringing the ball down the floor. Long pass to Sean Bohannon, had Marsh free, but he'll pull up and shoot himself. Sean missed it. On the rebound, Marsh back up, 5-footer, good. Wildcats score, and they lead by 4. 12-8 the score, and down the floor will come the Bradley Bears. They bring it across the line. Out it goes to number 40. That'll be Russell Montgomery. Montgomery works the dribble near the top of the key. Off it goes to Coates. Tanner Coates dribbling to the midcourt circle with Sean Bohannon trailing him on defense. Tries to go around the screen and does, all the way to the right side. Now pulls up. His shot is no good. He's fouled by the Wildcats. That time they set some good screens, and the number 24, Tanner Coates, was able to drive through. Draws the foul, will have 2 shots upcoming.
Yeah, well, that'll be the second foul against Mike Gibson. I believe Darian Milton's going to have to check in the ball game. They'll probably move Vail to the 1 and let Darian and John play inside.
It'll be, let's see, Coates at the free throw line. Coates in the ball game has 2 points. This will be his first attempts from the free throw line. Oak Ridge on top by 4, 12-8 in the boys game. Toss, good. 2:59 to play first quarter. The girls won tonight, if you just tuned in, by a final score of 68-64. 4 Lady Wildcats in double figures. We'll be down at Shelbyville tomorrow night. 8:30 tip-off. 12-10 the score as he hits both free throws, and down the floor will come Vail Brock. Brock with it over to Darian Milton. Stops, has the ball deflected out by number 32 for them. That'll be Adam Badgett. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball playing with Tim Kane, Sean Bohannon, Darian Milton, Vail Brock, and John Marsh.
Well, with Mike Gibson sitting on the bench, that's going to hurt the Wildcats because they got to get this game up tempo. It's been slow and monotonous thus far.
Great penetration that time by Vail Brock. He misses the shot. Darian on the rebound, up no good. Marsh back up and good. John Marsh gets the bucket. He has 6 points, and Oak Ridge leads again by 4. 14-10 the score, and down the floor with the basketball once again will come number 50, Brent Copeland. Pulls up outside the 3-point stripe, looking out high, over it goes to Coates. Tanner Coates works around that screen this time. This time he's cut off by John Marsh, tries to work through it, forces a pass, taken away by Oak Ridge's Darian Milton to Kane, to Vail Brock, layup. Vail off the glass, good. Oak Ridge by 6. 16-10, and down the floor once again will come the Bears. With it across the way will come Tanner Coates, bounce pass right side, driving with it. Cut off on the baseline was Badgett. The ball's been knocked out by Oak Ridge.
Boy, John Marsh is doing an outstanding job of getting back down the court. He's running the floor well, and he's getting back and stopping Bradley.
2 minutes, 4 seconds to play. Kevin McMahon checks into the game for the first time. Checking out will go Sean Bohannon, who gets a nice round of applause from the big Oak Ridge turnout of fans as Bradley will try to work the ball in, and they do. It's deflected. McMahon battles, can't save it. Coates does. Out to the top it goes. Off it goes to Copeland, who penetrates in, turning, spinning, shooting off the rim, no good. Tip back up, no good. Again, Bradley pulls down the board, stripped to the ball, and a foul called against Oak Ridge. Minute 53 to play. We're in the first quarter. Personal fouls called against Kevin McMahon. That'll be his first personal foul. Team foul number 3 called against the Wildcats. It'll be a shooting violation, and Russell Montgomery will go to the free throw line for Bradley. 16-10, Oak Ridge on top, first quarter action. First toss on its way up. And it is good. Second free throw about to be attempted. I thought Scott was coming over to get his Coke, and as the toss is up and good. 16-12 the score, and down the floor will come the Wildcats. Vail Brock outside the line, penetrating to the right. Back he goes to Darian Milton, back to Kane. Kane to the right corner to McMahon, looking inside, finds Kane wide open, won't take a 3. Looking inside, there's Darian free along the baseline, takes the shot, behind the back layup, no good. On the rebound will come Fodrell. Fodrell down the floor for the Bradley Bears. Oak Ridge by 4. 16-12 to score, a minute 30 to play. Vail Brock working hard on Fodrell. He swings the pass off on the right side to Copeland. Copeland guarded by Kane, goes off to the left side but to Coates. Coates backs it up to the number 50. That's Copeland once again. He drives in, the ball's kicked, taken away by Oak Ridge. Vail Brock with the basketball, drives all the way through, layup, no good, he's fouled. Vail Brock will go to the free throw line for the Wildcats. Vail is a 50% free throw shooter. A minute 13 to play in the first quarter. And Oak Ridge leads by a score of 16-12, and Vail Brock will go to the free throw line. I think Vail has 2 points in the game. This will be his first attempts from the line. Indeed, he has 2, as Oak Ridge will get Jordan Clark off the Oak Ridge bench. and he'll check in for probably John Marsh, who has played a lot of minutes here, the first almost 7 minutes of the first quarter. And John checks out. Here comes Sean Bohannon off the Oak Ridge bench. He'll check in for Kevin McMahon. So the Wildcats playing with Tim Kane, Jordan Clark, Darian Milton, Bill Brock, and Sean Bohannon. Bill's at the free throw line. The first toss, good. Bill has 3 points in the ball game, and Oak Ridge's lead is 5. 17-12 the score, a minute 13 to play. Back to the free throw line here in the first quarter. Toss missed on the rebound. Big battle for it, pulled away by the Bradley Bears. Down the floor, moving from left to right. The girls won tonight 68-64 in a barn burner as the Wildcats trail by 8 after 1 quarter as they nail a 3-point shot. And coach knocks it down, tries to ignite his crowd, and they just didn't really kind of react the way that they did in the girls' game. Darium drives in, he draws the foul. So Darium doing a good job penetrating and draws another foul from the Bears. And with 50 seconds to play in the first quarter, I think their fans are beginning to get fired up again.
Oh yeah, they are, David. Of course, you can't keep their fans down for long. I think they're now just finishing their popcorn and Coke after the girls' game, and they're getting ready for this boys' affair.
You're listening to the game live on AM 1290 WATO. We're also on Tennessee Cablevision, Channel 12. Darian Milton to the free throw line. What a great game Darian had Tuesday night.
Oh yeah, 17 points, David. I believe he was perfect from the field at one point. Maybe missing one shot, and he really came on strong.
Knocks down the first one, misses the second one. Coates pulls down the board for the Bears. Oak Ridge with the lead. Bradley with the ball. 18-15 our score. 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. Eddie Fodrell works the ball to Coates. Coates back to the top of the key. Swings it over on the left side to Copeland. Copeland has a deflected pass saved by Coates. Coates goes in for the shot. Rolls out no good. On the rebound, Bradley. Bradley back up for the shot. Again, no good. This time pulled away by Darian Milton. Milton to Bohannon to Kane. Kane with Bill Brock, but he'll take it himself. Good. Offensive foul. Player control foul called against Tim Kane, and it'll be the Bears with the basketball. Wildcats playing with Jordan Clark, Darian Milton, Bill Brock, Sean Bohannon, and Tim Kane. Wildcats on top by 3, 18-15. Packed house here at the Oak Ridge High School gym. Towel had to be used to wipe up some perspiration down on the floor. It'll be, you know, I didn't think they'd have as much perspiration since you're not on the team. Of course, you were the human water fountain as the Bears will work the ball in. David Clary along with Joe Caldwell. They bring the ball down the floor. Nathan Forbes, our engineer. Phil Leander along with Chad Kroll on camera tonight. We're down to 12 seconds to play. 18-15 the score. Bradley basketball with it. Tanner Coates against Kane. Looks like he wants to take the final 3 at the buzzer. Tried to bank it in, no good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge. Darium, as they get the shot off finally, right at the buzzer, it almost went in. Oak Ridge leads by 3 after 1 quarter, 18-15, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Nobody furnishes Oak Ridge like Heilig Myers on Illinois Avenue, and the reason is simple. When it comes to day in, day out true savings on top quality home furnishings, Heilig Myers is second to none. Stop in today and look over the fabulous selection of bedding sets, living room groups, recliners, electronics, and more. And our friendly sales staff will always make you feel right at home. When the time comes to furnish your home, remember the name that furnishes America. We are Heilig Myers on Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge.
And we're back here at Oak Ridge High School gym. Joe Caldwell along with David Clary, Nathan Forbes, our engineer, at the studios of AM 1290 WATO. Of course, you can hear our simulcast on Tennessee Cable, Channel 12. 18-15 the score after the first quarter. The Wildcats on top. It'll be Bradley basketball with it. Eddie Fodrell guarded closely by Mike Gibson. Gibson with it, hands it over to Copeland. Copeland spinning, twisting shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, but he climbed the back of Tim Kane. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Nice position there by Tim Kane as Copeland went over the back. And Darian Milton will trigger it in for the Wildcats. Gibson looking to Coach Carringer for the call. He'll cross the timeline. Bradley appears to have dropped back into a 2-3 zone with it up top. Milton. Milton on the wing goes to Sean Bohannon, drives the baseline, looking to dish into Jordan Clark. Great pass. Shot the glass, partially rejected. Bradley with it. Down the court comes Eddie Fodrell for the Bears. Fodrell guarded by Mike Gibson. John Marsh off the bench, set to check in the ballgame for the Wildcats. With it, Bradley up top, unable to control it. It's Russell Montgomery being harassed and trapped, knocked out of his hands into the hands of Tanner Coates, who finds Brent Copeland. Copeland ball fake, gets Tim Kane off the glass, good. 4 points in the ballgame for Brent Copeland. Score 18-17, just underway in the second quarter. Mike Gibson with it for the Wildcats. Up top to Darian Milton, throws it off the hands of Tanner Coates into the hands of Sean Bohannon, who finds Jordan Clark. Clark off the glass, good. Clark picks up the trash and scores his first deuce in the ball game. The score 19-7 here, 6:50 remaining in the second quarter. With it, Eddie Fodrell guarded by Mike Gibson. Wildcats in a half-court man-to-man. Sean Bohannon in the face of Tanner Coates, looking to penetrate, hands it over to Brent Copeland. Copeland for Bradley Central, over to Fodrell. Fodrell drives baseline, scooping shot, no good. Rebounded by Gibson. Gibson bounce pass down the court. Sean Bohannon, one man to beat. Great move. Shot off the glass, good. Bohannon thought about a cram and went up for the layup and scored the easy deuce. 4 points in the ball game for Sean Bohannon, 22-17 to score. And there's a bad pass by Copeland, but it's tracked down by Eddie Fodrell, and he'll set for the Bears. With it, Fodrell hits Tanner Coates. Coates drives right past Sean Bohannon. Tanner off the glass, no good. Tipped again, no good, and it's Wildcat basketball. With it, Mike Gibson. Mike Gibson looking to penetrate, kicks out to Tim Kane for three. Tim from way downtown, bang. Three-point basket made good by Tim Kane. The score 25-17, and timeout is asked for. With timeout, the score 25-17, and we'll be back here from Oak Ridge High School Gym in 60 seconds. Gym, Joe Caldwell, David Clary, Nathan Forbes, your engineer. It's Bradley basketball, 25-17 to score. Brent Copeland with it in rear court, finds Tanner Coates, thinks about a three-pointer for the Bears. Might have traveled, no call. Tanner Copeland, hook shot, good. Rather, Brent Copeland scores his 6th point in the ball game, 25-19 the score. Mike Gibson with it for the Wildcats, looking to penetrate against Fodrell. They want to swing it down on the corner to Tim Kane. Instead, pass forced inside to John Marsh and saved out of bounds. And it'll be Wildcat basketball underneath their own basket. To work it in will be number 20, I believe, Kevin McMahon. McMahon, junior wing player for the Wildcats. Also plays junior varsity, yet to work it in. Finally does so in Neville Brock. Up top to Tim Kane. Tim Kane throws the ball, almost throws it away. Kevin McMahon runs it down, but he travels. Kevin McMahon ran into 3 Smoky Bears and was called for the travel. It'll be Bradley basketball in rear court. To bring it up will be Brent Copeland. Hands it over to the new member of the Bears to check in. That's Frankie Walker. Frankie Walker guarded closely by Mike Gibson. Wildcats playing man-to-man with it on the wings. Number 32, Adam Baggett. Baggett goes on the wing to, I believe, Copeland. Copeland back up top to Walker. Walker with it goes up top to Coates. Coates looking to set the offense for Bradley, guarded by Tim Kane. There's a screen and roll. Nice trap by the Wildcats. They've got him caught, but he finds Walker. 25-19 the score. It's been three-point basket taken by Tanner Coates, sort of forced that one. He's forced a lot of three-pointers tonight, and he threw that one up, and it was no good as Gibson has it for the Wildcats. Throws it off the leg of Kevin McMahon and out of bounds. And I believe Sean Bohannon will return for the Wildcats.
That was a tough play for the Wildcats because the ball was going out of bounds, and Kevin tried to get away from him. He just kind of hit his foot and went out of bounds. Good call by the official, and Kevin comes down, and Sean Bohannon's back in.
It'll be Bradley basketball with it, number 12, Frankie Walker. You're listening to us on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cable Channel 12. There's a turnaround jumper made good by Russell Montgomery, who scores his 4th point in the ball game, and he cuts the Oak Ridge lead to 4. It's 25-21 here in the second quarter of play. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. There's Gibson, nice penetration, scoop up and under, no good. Tip by John Marsh, no good. And there's an immediate step by Sean Bohannon, finds Mike Gibson, again, no good, and Bradley controls. Couple of missed opportunities there by the Bears, and Bradley has it with it in rear court. Walker crosses the timeline, finally on the wing to Copeland, thinks about a three, guarded by Tim Kane. Copeland penetrates in the lane, good. Strong player, 8 points in the ball game for Brent Copeland. 25-23 the score. The Wildcats come out here in the second quarter a little sluggish. They've relinquished their lead. Sean Bohannon with it on the wing. Back up top to Vel Brock. Vel for three, no good. Long rebound into the waiting arms of Adam Baggett, and down the court will come Bradley. Copeland with it on the wing. He looks to penetrate against Sean Bohannon. Kicks it back out to Coates. Coates from way downtown. He's struggling from way out there as he misses yet again. And Bohannon with the rebound. Coach urging Mike Gibson to push it as Wildcats are going to have to get this game up tempo. Mike Gibson with it up top. Over on the wing to Sean Bohannon. Quickly down the baseline to Tim Kane. Back up top. Sean Bohannon for three. No good. Long rebound. Tanner Coates has it for Bradley, and he'll slow it up. Pushes it on up ahead to Frankie Walker. And that'll set the offense. They go down low to Russell Montgomery. Tries to turn around jumper. Ball knocked out of bounds out of his hands by Vel Brock. And it'll be Bradley basketball underneath their own basket. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. 25-23 the score. The Lady Wildcats were victorious tonight, 68-64. And just a great basketball game. Probably the best Lady Wildcat game of the year. It's Brent Copeland from way downtown. No good. Long rebound. Tim Kane throws it into the waiting arms of Tanner Coates, who finds Montgomery. He's got a wide open layup underneath the glass and good. Great play there by Copeland as he shielded John Marsh underneath the basket and went up for the reverse layup. 6 points in the ball game for Montgomery. It's a dead even 25-25 here, 2:40 remaining in the second quarter. Tim Kane reverse dribble over to Mike Gibson for three. Short, no good. Rebounded Bradley. Wildcats getting abused on the glass once more. That was one thing Coach Carringer wanted his team to work on tonight, was getting on the glass. As Cookeville just was all over the glass on Tuesday night, and Bradley tonight have been all over the glass. And there's a turnover by the Bears. Into the ball game for the Wildcats will be number 32, Darian Milton, and he will replace Vel Brock. Into the ball game will be the point guard, Fodra, and he'll replace number 24, Coates. Mike Gibson will walk the ball up the court for the Wildcats. 25-25 to score here. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Bradley looking to trap perhaps Mike Gibson. Goes on the wing, throws the ball away. He was looking for Tim Kane in the corner, instead threw it to Bradley, and it's Fodra with it. Crosses the timeline to Frankie Walker for three. Good. 3-point basket, Frankie Walker. And Bradley leads for the first time in the ball game, and Oak Ridge wants timeout. 28-25 the score. Bears on top. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
In East Tennessee, one name means more personal attention: Ray Viles Ford. Have you ever been shopping for a car and asked to speak to the owner, only to be shuffled off to a manager because the owner wasn't available or lived out of town? Well, that will never happen if you buy from Ray Viles Ford in Clinton. Ray Viles is a native East Tennessean from Anderson County. He understands your concerns, and he will be available to talk to you. Deal with the person whose name is on the dealership. That's Ray Viles Ford in Clinton, where one name does mean more.
Nobody furnishes Oak Ridge like Heilig Myers on Illinois Avenue, and the reason is simple. When it comes to day in, day out true savings on top quality home furnishings, Heilig Myers is second to none. Stop in today and look over the fabulous selection of bedding sets, living room groups, recliners, electronics, and more. And our friendly sales staff will always make you feel right at home. When the time comes to furnish your home, remember the name that furnishes America. We are Heilig Myers on Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge.
Oak Ridge High School gym, Joe called along with David Clary, Nathan Forbes, our engineer, Chad Kroll, and Philly Ander on the camera for Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. 28-25 the score. Bradley on top of the Wildcats. The Wildcats have been outscored 13-7 here in the second quarter. Really come out very sluggish thus far. Wildcats are going to have to get the game up tempo. Mike Gibson's going to have to penetrate in the lane if they want to head into halftime. On a positive note, with it up top, Mike Gibson playing catch with Tim Kane. Dribbles over. They're going to look for Tim Kane for three. He can't get the shot off. They got to get the ball to him too late. Tim Kane will drive, penetrate, and score. 7 points in the ball game to lead the Wildcats is Tim Kane, as he made a nice little penetration there. Scored 28-27 the score. Wildcats still down by one with 1:20 to go here in the first half. And there's a turnover as Frankie Walker looked inside for a posting Russell Montgomery, was unable to find him, and down the court comes Gibb for the Wildcats. With it, Mike Gibson on the wing to Tim Kane. Wildcats looking for, I believe, Tim Kane for three, unable to get it to him. Finally do so. They just haven't. He's been open over there. They just can't get him the ball as he reversed it over to Sean Bohannon, who looks to penetrate. He's cut off nicely to Darian Milton on the baseline. Milton throws a lazy pass up top to Sean Bohannon, immediately whips it over on the wing to Mike Gibson. Gibson with it back up top to Tim Kane. Tim Kane will set the offense under a minute to play here in the first half. John Marsh with it, finds Tim Kane for three. No good. Long rebound, Mike Gibson. He went up on that one. He'll take it to the glass. No good again. And Montgomery for the Bears on the rebound. Up the floor to Copeland. Copeland looking to penetrate is almost about to be trapped, dishes it off, bad pass into the arms of Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine, 2-on-1. No look, shot off the glass, no good. He had Sean Bohannon up the floor, but I believe a Bradley defender moved in where he couldn't make the pass, and he took it himself. A foul will go against the point guard, Eddie Fodrell. It'll be his second personal, and into the ball game for the Wildcats will be the sophomore, Kenneth Herring. Herring will come into the ball game, replacing Mike Gibson, who will get a breather. Tim Kaine goes to the line with 7 points. He is a 75.9% free throw shooter. Guns the toss up, no good. You don't see that too many times. Tim Kaine usually pretty sure from the charity stripe. The Wildcats playing right now with Kenneth Herring, Tim Kaine at the line, Sean Bohannon, John Marsh, and Darian Milton as Tim Kaine misses both, but there's Sean Bohannon with the putback, good. Great play by Sean Bohannon, who has 6 points in the ball game. So he went up and was able to reach behind his head and then go back up for the jumper. With it, the Smoky Bears off of Kenneth Herring and out of bounds. Nice hustle there by Kenneth Herring, who comes off the bench, reached in there, knocked it away from Brent Copeland, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Bradley basketball side front court. To work it in, number 50, Brent Copeland throws it into the point guard Fodrell, back over quickly to Copeland. 15 seconds remaining, 29-28 to score. Wildcats lead here as Copeland wants to take the last shot, working against Tim Kaine, runs a step back, flat jumper, good. 3-point basket made good, and down the court comes Bradley as there's a steal. Shot, no good, as Kenneth Herring turned the ball over as the first half comes to a close. 3-point basket made good by Copeland at the end there for his 11th point, and the Wildcats are down 31-29 as the first half comes to a close. I guess we're going to jump out here for a break, or rather, let's take a 1-minute break, and we'll come back here with more action from Oak Ridge High School gym after a 60-second timeout.
Taking pride in serving you, Oak Ridge Federal Credit Union. Taking pride in all we do, Oak Ridge Federal. 50 years and going strong, always coming through with privileges that you deserve. Oak Ridge Federal Credit Union, taking care of members.
Clinton Bedding announces their grand opening sale. Our factory has moved into the showroom, creating huge savings for you. Come see how we make the most comfortable night's sleep using only top quality new bedding materials. Clinton Bedding has been building top quality bedding since 1948. So check out this week's special printed in the Knoxville News Sentinel or the Clinton Courier. Come see why top quality new material make the best night's sleep. Clinton Bedding on Highway Drive across from South Clinton Elementary School in Clinton.
In East Tennessee, one name means more personal attention, Ray Viles Ford. Have you ever been shopping for a car and asked to speak to the owner, only to be shuffled off to a manager because the owner wasn't available or lived out of town? Well, that will never happen if you buy from Ray Viles Ford in Clinton. Ray Viles is a native East Tennessean from Anderson County. He understands your concerns and he will be available to talk to you. Deal with the person whose name is on the dealership. That's Ray Viles Ford in Clinton, where one name does mean more.
Nobody furnishes Oak Ridge like Heilig Myers on Illinois Avenue, and the reason is simple. When it comes to day in, day out true savings on top quality home furnishings, Heilig Myers is second to none. Stop in today and look over the fabulous selection of bedding sets, living room groups, recliners, electronics, and more. And our friendly sales staff will always make you feel right at home. When the time comes to furnish your home, remember the name that furnishes America. We are Heilig Myers on Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge.
They come forward to the center court, then I'll give you some background information regarding these great individuals from Oak Ridge. The first inductee is Ronald E. Gene Gardner. Gene earned 4 letters in 3 sports at Jefferson. As a member of the 440 and 880 relay team, he set records in both events, the Milligan and Baylor relays. He was a letterman in basketball, football, track at Oak Ridge High School, and the first basketball game played in this gymnasium, Gene Gardner played in that game and beat Harlan, Kentucky. He was captain of the track team in 1951-52. He's a state record holder in the 440-yard dash. He earned 7 varsity letters at the University of Tennessee in track and cross country. He was captain of the University of Tennessee track and cross country team. He's also a retired colonel of the United States Air Force, and he's currently the director of the Hillsborough Civil Service Board in Tampa, Florida. Let's give a great welcome to Gene Gardner. The next inductee to the Oak Ridge Sports Hall of Fame, also the board member was Midge McKinney that was presenting the plaque to Gene. The next inductee is Carol H. Davidson. Carol also attended Jefferson Junior High School and was on the track team. She was the district most valuable runner, won the city and district titles, has a record that still stands in the 440-yard dash and the 1.5-mile cross country. At Oak Ridge High School, Carol was in cross country, the 880-yard run, the mile run, the high jump, 4x880 relay. She also was a state title winner in cross country in the 880-yard run. Was undefeated in her senior year. She was the most valuable female athlete at the Volunteer Classic, most valuable athlete in track and field at Oak Ridge High School, an honorable mention All-American in track as a junior, and a nice national high school All-American in track and field in her senior year. She was ranked #1 nationally in the 880-yard run among high school athletes. The Hertz #1 Athlete of the Year in Tennessee. She also won the 880-meter run at the Southeastern Conference Championships. She was also a member of a 4x400 relay team that set a world record during indoor track season. She was an NCAA All-American and academic All-American, University of Tennessee, the Southwest Conference champion in the 880 and the 1500 meter at the University of Texas. She was also a 1,000-meter champion at the NCAA Indoor Championships. Carol is currently an attorney in Cincinnati, graduating from UT Law School, and her family still lives in Oak Ridge. Her aunt, Felicia Davidson. She will be presented her plaque by Sylvia Brinkman, who is her high school and junior Olympic coach. Carol, thank you. Let's give another round of applause to Gene and Carol, two great representatives of Oak Ridge High School. I'd like to remind all the fans and even those that are listening on the radio that there will be a reception after this basketball game in the high school library.
Dr. Jim Duncan, principal of the Oak Ridge High School, and we appreciate him allowing us to do the services here at the Hall of Fame night here on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Let's take a break. Oak Ridge trailing 31-29. We'll be back with the statistics in 3 minutes. David Clary, Joe Caldwell, Nathan Forbes, Chad Kroll, and Philip Leander back here at the Oak Ridge High School gym as the second half is about to get underway. The Wildcats trailing 31-29. And Joe, I never got a chance to run down the scoring because of the Hall of Fame, but the Wildcats get the ball first. The scoring real quick, I guess.
Yeah, Sean Bohannon had 6 points. 6 points for John Marsh. The Wildcats were led in scoring with Tim Kane, who had 7 points. 4 points in the ballgame for Mike Gibson, 3 for Vel Brock, and a deuce for Jordan Clark, and 1 point in the game for Darian Milton.
Oak Ridge with the basketball as we start the second half, trailing 31-29. Oak Ridge comes out with Tim Kane, John Marsh, Mike Gibson, Sean Bohannon, and Bill Brock. Wildcats trying to get the ball in for an easy shot. Here's one from the right corner. It's on its way, no good. On the rebound will come Copeland. Copeland down the floor for the Bears, moving from right to left as the Wildcats trail by 3. Here's nearly a steal. Indeed, they're going to throw the ball away. Kane steals it to Mike Gibson. Gibson back over to Kane. Kane layup, good. Finger rolls it in. And down the floor for the basketball will come the Bradley Bears, tied at 31. Immediately following the game, a reception will be held for the Oak Ridge Sports Hall of Fame inductees, Carol Davidson and Gene Gardner, as they put up a shot and score. The reception will be taking place in the Oak Ridge High School Library. That's it for anybody who's listening on the radio wants to come to the library. They are invited. Children must be accompanied by adults.
And I believe that would be you, David.
Wildcats turn the ball over. It'll be Bradley with it on top of the Wildcats, 33-31. The girls won tonight, 68-61, 64 that is, a 4-point win for the Wildcats. Shelbyville tomorrow night, as we'll be down there, an 8:30 Eastern Time broadcast as Mike Gibson gets a steal from Fodrell. Down the floor will come the Wildcats. Bill Brock had broken clean, but Mike couldn't get rid of the ball. Here's Sean taking a 15-footer. No good. John Marsh battles, but can't get the rebound. It's knocked out by Marsh. It'll be Bradley basketball. 6:28 to play, third quarter. 33-31 the score. And Frankie Walker will check back into the game for Fodrell. Oak Ridge will once again put on the pressure as the Bears will try to work the ball in. And they do, and it comes to number 40. That'll be Russell Montgomery. Montgomery off to Frankie Walker, and he'll bring it across the line, set the dribble to the midcourt circle. Coming off to the right side with it, gets a screen, now drives in against Gibson inside, lost the ball. Taken away by Gibson of Oak Ridge. The Wildcats on a 3-on-1 break. Mike Gibson has to wait for the rest of the team. The ball ripped out of his hands, saved by Bohannon, back to Kane. Kane to the corner to Brock, back to Kane, has a 3, wouldn't take it. Looks inside, there's Bohannon driving inside, throws the ball intending it for Marsh, goes out of bounds, last touch by Oak Ridge.
Yeah, well, Tim's got to square up and be ready to pull that one, else he was wide open. He didn't have his feet set right, so he was unable to take the three-pointer, and he had to dribble it out.
Here's another turnover by Bradley. The Wildcats haven't taken advantage of it. Here's the alley-oop to Bohannon, no good. Knocked out by Bradley. It'll be Oak Ridge's basketball. 5 minutes, 53 seconds to play third quarter. The Wildcats will work the ball in. Sean Bohannon will work it in from the baseline. Looks into the left corner. There's Tim, wide open 3, left corner, way short. On the rebound will come Walker. Walker, long pass down the floor, behind the back dribble, turning, spinning. They work it into Coach. Shot is up, no good. He draws the foul from John Marsh. Wildcats, I think, got 3 consecutive turnovers from the Bears and weren't able to score. They still lead by 2.
Yeah, but they're going to have to make good on those turnovers. So every time they get an opportunity, the Wildcats are going to have to cash in.
5 minutes, 43 seconds to play. We're in the third quarter of this non-district ball game from the Oak Ridge High School gym. Toss, no good. Coach missed it. It's only a girls game tomorrow. There will be 3 games played at Shelbyville. Gallatin will take on Millington, 2 state tournament teams. That'll be the first ball game. And Harding Academy, with 2 Division I players, will take on Moore County. They also made it to the state tournament last year. And then it's Oak Ridge and Shelbyville in the nightcap. Second toss is good, and they lead by 3, 34-31. Bradley on top of the Wildcats here at the Oak Ridge High School gym. You'll listen to the game live on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Mike Gibson looking inside to Marsh. Can't get the ball to him. In the corner it goes. The Wildcats, Sean Bohannon trap, fires it out high to Brock. Bill gets a screen, now goes to the baseline, goes in for the shot block. Taken away by the Bears. Bradley down the floor with it will come Brent Copeland. Copeland drives all the way through. He's fouled up high by Tim Kane. Second team foul called against the Wildcats. Or they're going to call it against Sean. That'll be his first personal foul. And it'll be Bradley's basketball. I thought it might be on Tim, but it'll be on Sean as they try to work the ball in. And they do to Coach. His shot is up and good. Bradley on top by 5, 36-31. The Wildcats struggling for any kind of offense at all. Gibson with it out to Velbrock. Looking to his left, coming back to Kane. He throws the ball away. The Wildcats turn the ball over. Wildcats will get Darian Milton into the ball game, and Brock will check out. Now a timeout is asked for. 5 minutes to play third quarter, 36-31 Bradley, back in 60 seconds. Oak Ridge High School gym, live on AM 1290 WATO. It'll be Bradley's basketball, 36-31 the score. Down the floor will come Fodrell. Fodrell having trouble with it, hands it off to Coates. Coates is fouled up high by Mike Gibson. Mike picks up his 3rd personal foul. 4:54 to play, 5-point game. Bradley on top. Wildcats led by 3 after one quarter, 18 to 15. Very similar to the girls' game where Bradley led after one quarter in that particular game, but the Wildcats won the ball game. Same situation developing here in the boys. They work it in for an easy shot. Good. Jamie Driscoll scores, and the Wildcats trail now by 7. The Wildcats haven't scored in a month. Tim Kaine stops, won't take the shot. Here's to Darian inside. Nice pass inside for a shot. Good. Great penetration by Darian Milton. I think Mike Gibson gets his 6th point. Oak Ridge trails by 5, 38 to 33. Fodrell down the floor, pass intercepted by Kaine. Kaine to Darian Milton. Darian drives, stops, lays it in. Good. Darian scores. 4 quick points for the Wildcats, and they've closed the gap to 3. 38-35 to score with exactly 4:17 to play here in the third quarter. Copeland comes cross court and throws the ball away. Wildcats will get it, so Wildcats will actually have scored 4 straight points, and Bradley turns it over again.
Yeah, well, the pressure's getting to Bradley, and the Wildcats are going to have to keep applying the pressure and force some turnovers. But, David, they're also going to have to cash in on the turnovers that they cause.
The Wildcats playing with Mike Gibson at the point. The wings are Sean Bohannon, Tim Kaine, and Darian Milton with John Marsh in the ball game as well. The ball is being wiped off by the towel boy, Scott Hinton, as the Wildcats will work the ball in. He won't like that one, Joe, as Oak Ridge works it into Mike Gibson. Got to get a jab in every once in a while on Scott. Oak Ridge with the basketball. On the left side he goes once again to Gibson. Top of the key to Sean Bohannon. Over goes to Kaine. Kaine now penetrates, lowers his shoulder, trapped in the corner, gives it inside to Marsh for the shot. No good. Marsh back up with a rebound. Good. Battled hard for that one. And Oak Ridge closes the gap to 1. 38-37. Bradley on top of Oak Ridge. Here comes Copeland to Fodrell. Fodrell back to Copeland. They get it across the line now once again. Back to Fodrell. Works the dribble to the top of the circle. Here it goes to the big guy for 3. Big shot. Good. 3-pointer. 14 points in the ball game for Copeland, and we're back up to a 4-point game. And that big guy can step out and shoot the ball.
Oh yeah, no doubt, David. All these players can shoot for Bradley. They've just been a little off tonight, but Copeland's been able to knock down the open tray.
Sean Bohannon's having trouble. Gets it into Mike Gibson. Gibson back out to the right corner, and the ball is knocked out by the Wildcats. It'll be Bradley. It'll be a jump ball, but they get the call. 3:16 to play, third quarter. 4-point Bradley lead. 41-37 the score. And the Wildcats will pressure once again. And here comes the inbounds. Then it comes to Fodrell. Fodrell harassed by Sean Bohannon in the rear court. They'll bring it across the line. Hesitates as he brings it to the midcourt circle. Comes back to the right. Swings the pass to his left and throws the ball away. Fodrell having all kinds of trouble holding on to the ball.
Oh yeah, David, he's really struggled tonight. He's usually a sure-handed point guard, but he's had multiple turnovers tonight, and the Wildcats have definitely got to him.
You got to give a lot of credit to Sean Bohannon and the guys who've been pressuring him. Sean drives in for a layup. Here it is. Good. Sean scores, and the Wildcats cut the lead once again to 2 at 41-39. Down the floor will come the big guy. He'll bring it across. That's Copeland. Swings it out to Coates. Coates for 3. Short. On the rebound, Oak Ridge's Darian Milton to Mike Gibson. Gibson down the floor for the Wildcats. Had Kaine early. Couldn't get the ball to him, but Mike will take it himself. And take it in. No good. Marsh up. No good. Again knocked out by Bradley. Oak Ridge basketball. Good call. A well-officiated ball game, Joe.
Oh, yeah, really, David. They're letting them play, too. They're not calling a lot of nitpicky fouls. I mean, look, just 3 fouls here, and we're well into the third quarter. I mean, just a nicely officiated ball game both ways.
Tim Kaine works the ball to the right, lost it. Taken away by Bradley, then they lose it. Then Fodrell grabs it right back. The official's in trouble. He gets out of the way, and down the floor will come Fodrell to Coates. Coates outside the 3-point line to the big guy. Will now take the 3, penetrates in, now swings it in, nice pass. And then a walk's going to be called against number 54. He couldn't really decide what he wanted to do, and that cost him.
Yeah, he didn't know whether to take the short jumper or to put the ball on the floor, David, and he was called for the travel.
Down the floor will come Oak Ridge, trailing again by 2. 2:20 to play in the third quarter, 41-39. The Wildcats trying to win their 3rd game of the year and their 2nd game consecutively. Out it goes to Tim Kaine, right corner for 3, short. On the rebound will come Fodrell. Fodrell down the floor for the Bradley Bears. 41-39 the score. Fodrell calls the play. Gibson trailing him. Gives it off to Frankie Walker. No, that's Coates. Out to the top. Off it goes to Copeland. Copeland for 3. Line drive. No good. Tipped again. No good. Pulled away by Darian Milton. Milton to Gibson. The Wildcats down the floor with a chance to tie again. Gibson couldn't get it in to get to Kaine. There he is. Wide open. He needs to knock it down. No good. Marsh. Big rebound. Layup. Good. Big offensive putback shot by John Marsh, and Oak Ridge ties the game at 41.
Just a great play by John Marsh as he went up strong, got the rebound, came back down, and just took it up strong. And there's a big-time rejection by John Marsh. John Marsh is a monster.
Great little series for John. Oak Ridge's Mike Gibson with the basketball. 1:20 to play. Here comes Darian Milne's fouled. Foul called against number 54, Jamie Driscoll, as Vail Brock comes back off the Oak Ridge bench. We're tied at 41. Here comes Kevin McMahon into the game as well. Tim checks out. Sean Bohannon checks out. 1:17 to play, third quarter. 41-41 the score. It'll be the Bears back on defense. The Wildcats to work the ball in. Kevin McMahon to work the ball in from the baseline. Has yet to do so. Looking for Vail. The pass goes to him. Goes off his fingertips out of bounds. It'll be Bradley's basketball side court. To work the ball in, once again, will be number 50, Brent Copeland. 1:16 to play, 41-41 the score. Trying to work the ball in. Now they finally do to Coates. He has a breakaway against Marsh. He gives it up. Great hustle by Mike Gibson, who got down and stopped the easy layup.
Yeah, well, great play by John Marsh as he kept his position, and then Mike Gibson made a great hustle play to get down the court, and he knocked the ball out of bounds, and they didn't cash in on the advantage break, David.
Isn't it interesting how these Bradley fans are not into it like they were in the girls' game? Coates for three, nothing but net. 44-41 the score. Down the floor will come the Wildcats once again. Mike Gibson penetrates, behind the back dribble, gives it over to Darian. Darian penetrates, Marsh lost it out of bounds. Great penetration again, and it'll be Bradley basketball, 44-41. Bradley's biggest lead, I think, was 7. The Wildcats on defense as they work the ball to Coates. Coates harassed by Vail Brock. He's cut off there by Marsh. Brings it back out to Coates. Coates drives in, shoots off the glass, good. 5-point game, 46-41 the score, 40 seconds to play. Mike Gibson with the basketball outside the line, 34 seconds to play, 46-41 the score. Wildcats, Mike Gibson holding the ball near the midcourt line. The Wildcats playing for the final shot here in the third quarter. 46-41, Bradley on top. The second half possession arrow, or the fourth quarter possession arrow, will point towards the Wildcats in the fourth quarter. 46-41, 12 seconds to play. Brock to Kevin McMahon, won't take the three, back to Brock. Brock penetrates, stops, kicks it over to Gibson. Gibson, as Hinton goes crashing down, back to the right. Brock, 5-footer at the buzzer. Good shot by Vail Brock as the third quarter comes to a close. Our score after 3 quarters of basketball here at the Oak Ridge High School gym, 46-43, Bradley on top, and I hope somebody got that on camera.
That was hilarious. This guy Hinton falls out of his chair, messes up his suit just a little bit, anticipating the pass, and he just fell straight back on his back, David.
Earlier tonight, the girls won. You might want to run down the scoring.
Yeah, David, the girls were victorious tonight, 68-64. Got out to a slow start, but they were led in scoring by the All-American Erin McGinnis, who had 21 points. Leah Bird had 15 for the Lady Wildcats. Jennifer Wilson had a nice night from the field. She scored 14. Leah Sharp hit some long-range three-pointers. She had 13 points in the ball game. Keisha Mitchell had 3 points, and Clintea Mitchell added a deuce. That was the scoring, but the most important statistic is they were indeed victorious by a final of 68-64. Right now, the score is 46-43. The Bradley Bears over the Oak Ridge Wildcats, and we're action fixing to get started here in the fourth quarter.
46-43, Oak Ridge will get the ball. Good job, Joe. When you got Scott McMahon talking to you, you got to talk to him.
That's true, David. I was running out of things to say. I needed to breathe one time.
And you did. It'll be Vail Brock to work the ball in. Wildcats come out with Tim Kane, left corner three, big shot, good. Knocked it down. Big shot, and we're tied at 46. Tim Kane have been struggling to get a three to drop. They set a nice screen for him. Great way to start the fourth quarter.
Oh, no doubt. Big shot, 12 points in the ball game for Tim Kane.
Fodderl outside the line. They work it out to the big guy. He guns a three. He nailed it. So there's the answer from Brent Copeland. Boy, he can shoot the basketball.
Yeah, 17 points in the ball game. He has sort of a flat shot, but it finds its way through the webbing.
49-46, Bradley on top of Oak Ridge. They are 9-0 coming into this game. Oak Ridge comes in at 2-2. Kane once again free in the left corner, but Brock will take it in. Shot is way short. On the rebound will come the Bradley Bears. Quickly down the floor will come Fodrell. He calls the plays. He brings the ball into the midcourt circle. Coming off to his left, coming back to his right. Swings over to Coates. Pass intercepted by Brock. Great play. Vell, layup. Missed it, but Kane's there for the garbage shot. He missed that one. Gets his own rebound up, and it's good. Kane scores, and it's a one-point game. 49-48, Bradley on top. 6:57 to play in the basketball game.
Yeah, well, Tim has 14 points. He's picked it up again in the second half, much like he did Tuesday night.
Fodrell inside number 40, shot rolls off the rim, no good. Tipped again, no good. This time a foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. Personal foul will go against number 12, Tim Kane. Team foul number three against Tim. Not a shooting violation, I don't believe. It looked like they were tipping for rebounding position. It'll be Fodrell to work the ball in. Sean Bohannon checks back in. Frankie Walker checks back in for the Bears. Oak Ridge down by 1, 49-48, 6:45 to play in the basketball game. We have had a great night of basketball here at the Oak Ridge High School gym as they work the ball in, and it comes to Coates. Coates dribbles to the free throw line, swings it back to the left to Frankie Walker. Walker backs up to the midcourt circle. Over it goes to Coates. Coates inside once again. Back and forth they go, looking for a shot. Good. Nice little shot by Russell Montgomery. And it's back to a three-point game. 51-48 the score. Mike Gibson penetrates all the way through the paint. Kicks it out to Kane. Ties the game with a three. Good! And he's fouled! Tim Kane knocks down the three and has an opportunity for a four-point play. The three-pointer's good. 51-51 the score. Tim Kane, second consecutive three-pointer.
Yeah, David, he's 3 of 6 from behind the three-point line, and he can go to the line for a four-point play.
6 minutes, 22 seconds to play in the game. Kane with a free throw. Guns. Missed it on the rebound. Oak Ridge. Here comes Mike Gibson. He has a layup. Good. Oak Ridge scores again. Mike Gibson gives his team a lead. Here comes Frankie Walker for the Bears. 53-51. The Bradley Bears with the basketball. Copeland brings it across the line. He'd almost lost the ball. Saved away by Coates. Coates backs up for a three. Stops. Pops. Clang off the iron. Missed it. Back up they go. Good. Made good by number 40, Russell Montgomery, and we're tied at 53. Down the floor will come Mike Gibson once again. 5:52 to play in the basketball game. Deshaun Bohannon, right corner, and then an official's timeout is called as there's some debris or some moisture down on the far side of the floor, and they'll get a towel and wipe it up. 53-53 the score. The Wildcats have trailed since about the early part of the second quarter. They finally were able to come back and tie this ball game and actually take a 2-point lead as the official is wiping up moisture, which is all over the floor, with a little help from the student section over there. And eventually play will start. Got everybody the opportunity, a little rest out there. It's been one of those kind of ball games. 5:48 to play, 53-53 the score. Oak Ridge and Bradley Central here at the Oak Ridge High School gym. Wildcats work it into Mike Gibson, and he'll set up the play. Walks the ball back across the time stripe, dribbling to the top of the circle, wants to take it all the way in. Unable to do so, now does, finds the lane, finds the shot, he's fouled. Mike Gibson is fouled. They just spread the court and let Mike do his thing, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Oh yeah, David, he's a very quick player, is Mike Gibson, and he's really strong. If he can get most of the point guards in the league down there in the block, he's going to be tough to stop.
53-53, Gibson to the free throw line. He has 8 points in the ball game. He'll have, let's see, that's the fourth foul called against Jamie Driscoll. Mike Gibson should have 2, the first of which is up, a little bit strong, but he banks it in good. Back to the free throw line he'll go. Mike, Guns, this one's nothing but net. Oak Ridge by 2. 55-53, down the floor will come the Bradley Bears. Number 50, that's Brent Copeland, bringing the ball down the floor. Pretty good dribbler for a big guy. As he stops at the free throw line, gives it over to Coates. Coates has the pass deflected, foul called against Tim Kane. That's his third personal foul. And with 5:24 to play, it's his third personal foul. Joe, you're right on it. I should never doubt you. It'll be Frankie Walker to work the ball in. Up high comes to Copeland. Copeland drives in, shoots, good. 19 points in the ball game for him, and we're tied again at 55. And down the floor once again will come Oak Ridge. Gibson with it over on the right corner. Shot from the outside. Three-pointer. Sean Bohannon. Good. Knocks down the shot. Sean Bohannon knocks down the shot. And down the floor once again will come Bradley. Oak Ridge on top. Here's Copeland having all kinds of trouble. He throws the ball to Coates. Coates is bumped. Goes inside to the big guy. Copeland off the glass shot. Good. 1 point Oak Ridge lead, but the Wildcats had the ball. 58-57. For the basketball once again, Oak Ridge's Mike Gibson. Wildcats with 4:46 to play in the game, up by 1, 58-51. Tim Kaine. No, it's Gibson driving, stopping. Mike shoots, no good. On the rebound, Bradley. Then Mike Gibson reaches in, steals it. Darian grabs it, pulls up, shoots, short. Mike Gibson on the shot, no good. Again pulled away by Bradley. Wildcats had 3 opportunities at layup, couldn't get any of them to fall. Here comes Coates down the floor. He needs to be picked up on defense. He works it over to Walker. Walker back to Copeland. Will he take that line drive 3? No, he'll give it over to Coates and he'll take the 3. No, he'll penetrate, backs it up, looks inside. There it goes to Driscoll. Driscoll turning, spinning, line drive, brick. No good. On the rebound, Mike Gibson. Gibson to Kaine. Kaine will drive. What a move. He lays it out the glass. Good. And he's fouled. 4 minutes. 4 seconds to play in the ball game. Count the bucket. And back to the free throw line will go Tim Kaine.
Yeah, well, just what a great move. Just what a great move as Tim Kaine caught it, threw it behind his back, made a great move, went strong to the bucket. He has 19 points. David gunning for 20 right here.
One shot. Oak Ridge by 3, 60-57. 4 minutes, 4 seconds to play. Toss. Good. Hit the rim. 20 points for Tim Kaine. Oak Ridge by 4, 61-57. The Bradley Bears 9-0 coming into this basketball game. The Wildcats trying to win their 3rd. Bradley's basketball. Coates with the basketball. Dribbling to the right. Lost the ball. Almost a steal by Bill Brock. And it goes out of bounds. Wildcats back on defense. Bradley back with the basketball. Mike Gibson's in a little pain, or he's sucking wind out there. Or as the Bears will try to work the ball in. Walker works into Copeland. Copeland drives, turning, spinning. He's fouled. I tell you, I'm looking for the roster here. He lists him. Let's see what they list him as I'm looking up here. They list him as 6'3", 190 pounds, as a timeout is asked for by Bradley. He's a big boy.
He is, David. Really a big player, but he handles the ball well.
3 minutes, 48 seconds to play. Oak Ridge by 4, 61-57. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Nobody furnishes Oak Ridge like Heilig Myers on Illinois Avenue, and the reason is simple. When it comes to day in, day out true savings on top quality home furnishings, Heilig Myers is second to none. Stop in today and look over the fabulous selection of bedding sets, living room groups, recliners, electronics, and more. And our friendly sales staff will always make you feel right at home. When the time comes to furnish your home, remember the name that furnishes America. We are Heilig Myers on Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge.
And we're back here at Oak Ridge High School Gym. Joe Caldwell, along with David Clary, Nathan Forbes, our engineer. Back at WATO Studios, Chad Kroll and Philly Ander on the cameras for Tennessee Cable, Channel 12.
Packed house here at the Oak Ridge High School Gym tomorrow night. Joe and I will be traveling to Shelbyville as the Lady Wildcats take on the Golden Eaglettes, the 7th meeting between the two schools. 3-3 is the all-time Oak Ridge and Shelbyville record. The Wildcats winning the last meeting in the 1994 state championship ball game. Bradley will work the ball in. It's funny how a lot of the Bradley fans have gone home. I guess they came for the girls' game and now they've left.
Yeah, they really have, David. Not a very good crowd here for Bradley.
Jamie Driscoll is fouled by Darian Milton. That'll be the 7th team foul. That'll send Driscoll to the free throw line. 3:45 to play in the game. Oak Ridge by 4, 61-57. The Wildcats thought it was the 7th team foul. Should be shooting free throw, or the Bears, yes.
Yeah, well, you don't want to send the Bears to the line. I believe they're 5 of 6 from the free throw line tonight, and just a really good shooting team.
Jamie Driscoll at the free throw line, 1 in the bonus. Oak Ridge on top by 4, 61-57. First toss is up, brick, no good. The rebound, Sean Bohannon of the Wildcats. Here comes Sean racing into front court. stops outside the three-point line, gives it over to Vail Brock. Brock penetrates, nice pass inside Darium, layup, good. Great penetration by Brock. Give Darium 2 points, and Oak Ridge's lead is 6, 63-57, 3:28 to play. Down the floor, once again, will come the Bradley Bears' Frankie Walker. Walker working hard against Gibson, fires a pass inside Driscoll. Driscoll drives, stops, shoots, and scores. Down the floor will come the Wildcats. And it comes to Tim Kane. 4-point Oak Ridge lead, 63-59. 3 minutes to play. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge. Across the line with it will come Mike Gibson. Gibson backs up near the midcourt circle, continuing to back up. Wildcats will work a little time off the clock up by 4. Darium, free throw line shot. No good. Missed a shot. On the rebound will come Bradley. Down the floor will come Coates. Coates penetrates, lost the ball, picked up by Brock. Bill Brock with the basketball down the floor. Continuing to drive right, give it off in the corner. Bohannon, 15-footer, no good. On the rebound will come Bradley. 2:45 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge on top by 4, 63-59. The girls won tonight, 68-64. Frankie Walker faked a 3 from the left corner. They get it inside to Coates, who scores. Tanner Coates pulls the Bears to within 2 at 63-61. 2:45 and counting in the ball game. Oak Ridge basketball. And the clock is not really functioning too well as it is moving now. 2:35 to play. Back and forth we go. Off it goes once again to Bohannon. Bohannon with 2:30, and the clock is really going slow here. I think it didn't start right away as Mike Gibson has the basketball. Oak Ridge on top by 2, 63-61. Back and forth they go to Gibson. The Wildcats holding the ball. Tim Kane outside, won't take a 3. Looks inside to Milton, backs it over to Brock. Bill Brock holds the ball, Coates in his face. He throws it over the top of him to Bohannon. Sean Bohannon dribbling the ball into the midcourt. They try to set a trap on him. Over goes to Kane. Kane drives, shot blocked, foul called. Driscoll has just fouled out of the ball game, and Tim Kane will go to the free throw line. Oak Ridge by 2. 63-61, 2:02 to play in the game.
Yeah, well, with 2 minutes left, I was just about to say the Wildcats don't need to completely retreat. They need to still attack, and Tim Kane did indeed that, as he'll go to the line with 20 points in the ball game.
At the line tonight, he struggled 1 of 4, but he seems to have found his touch here late in this ball game, hitting his last 2 3-pointers, and Tim will have an opportunity here. It's only the 15th foul called against the Bears. Tim Kane with 20 points to the free throw line.
Yeah, David, he has 15 in the second half. I think we saw that Tuesday night. I believe he had like 3 points the first half and came out and really opened it up and has helped the Wildcats here in the second half.
Wildcats playing with John Marsh, Bill Brock, Sean Bohannon, Mike Gibson, as Tim's first toss is short. Hits the rim, no good. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge up by 2. Tim trying to give them a 3-point lead at the free throw line. Kane eyes it, guns it, good. 64-61, 2 minutes to play in the basketball game. Bradley Central coming down the floor. Across the time stripe with it will come Brent Copeland. Over goes on the left side once again to Russell Montgomery. Lost the ball, grabbed right back on the floor by Adam Badgett. Back to Walker. Walker looking for some help. In a lot of trouble. A 5-second count had to be on. Over goes to Copeland, trapped in the corner. Back to Coates. Coates outside the line, 1:41 and counting. Copeland unable to get a 3 off as Gibson picks him up. He brings the ball to the left, pulls up, throws the ball inside to number 40, whose shot is on its way. No good. Foul called against John Marsh. Russell Montgomery now will go to the free throw line. Team foul number 8 called against the Wildcats. 1:31 to play in the game. 64-61 Oak Ridge, and Montgomery will have 2 shots.
He's 2 of 2 from the line tonight, Dave, with 10 points.
I'll be speaking to Chuck Carringer, head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats, immediately following the game as the toss is good. 64-62, Oak Ridge on top. You're listening to the game live on AM 1290 WATO, Tennessee Cablevision, Channel 12. Montgomery's second toss, rims out, no good. Bohannon on the rebound. Wildcats with the ball and a 2-point lead, 64-62. The next time the boys play will be this Tuesday night as we travel to Anderson County High School to take on the Anderson County Mavericks. 64-62, Tim Kane, top of the circle, lost the ball, grabs it right back. Kane to John Marsh outside the line, back it goes to Kane. Kane harassed by Walker. We're down to 1:09 to play. Bill Brock to Mike Gibson, 1:07 and counting. 64-62 Oak Ridge. Brock in the right corner brings the ball back to the top of the circle. We're now under a minute to play in this basketball game. 64-62 Oak Ridge on top. Brock stops, gives it over to Marsh. John Marsh to Sean Bohannon. Bohannon top of the key, harassed by Copeland, fouled by Brent Copeland. That'll be his second personal foul. Only the 6th foul called against the Bears, so it'll be not a shooting violation. 50.6 seconds to play. They call a timeout. We'll take one ourselves. Back in 60 seconds.
In East Tennessee, one name means more personal attention, Ray Viles Ford. Have you ever been shopping for a car and asked to speak to the owner, only to be shuffled off to a manager because the owner wasn't available or lived out of town? Well, that will never happen if you buy from Ray Viles Ford in Clinton. Ray Viles is a native East Tennessean from Anderson County. He understands your concerns and he will be available to talk to you. Deal with the person whose name is on the dealership. That's Ray Viles Ford in Clinton, where one name does mean more.
Taking pride in serving you, Oak Ridge Federal Credit Union. Taking pride in all we do, Oak Ridge Federal. 50 years and going strong, always coming through with privileges that you deserve. Oak Ridge Federal Credit Union, taking care of members.
Will Philip Leander along with Chad Kroll back here on AM 1290 WATO, Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Nathan Forbes, our engineer, back at the station. We'll have a highlight show. Nathan will at the conclusion of tonight's broadcast. Oak Ridge on top 64-62 with the basketball with 50.6 seconds to play.
Yo, the Wildcats they have to handle the pressure right here, hold on to the ball, and not make any stupid mistakes.
Wildcats Velbrock to try to work the ball in, and he does. Finally to Tim Kane. Down to 48 seconds to play. Kane dribbling the ball against Frankie Walker near the midcourt circle. Continuing to dribble. The count is on. Kane works out a treble, and then he's fouled by Frankie Walker. 38.4 seconds to play. Team foul number 7. So Oak Ridge will be shooting the bonus. Once again, it'll be Tim Kane at the free throw line. 21 points in the ball game, 2 of 6 from the free throw line.
Yeah, well, that's normally who you don't want to foul for the Wildcats, but tonight he's had a little bit of trouble. 2 of 6 from the free throw line tonight.
38.4 seconds to play. Tim Kane and the Wildcats trying to increase their lead. He missed the shot, and Bohannon pulls down the rebound momentarily. Oh, there's I don't think it was a turnover. I think down the floor, Coach, layup, fouled. 2 shots upcoming. Tim struggling at the free throw line. They can tie it at the line.
Yeah, well, everybody wanted to walk. He might have traveled, but I think that was a makeup call because it looked like Sean Bohannon climbed his back. And I don't even know for sure if he had possession, but nonetheless, Coates is at the line, and he has a chance to tie this one up at 64.
He has 17 points. He's 3 of 4 from the line. 64-62 Oak Ridge. Toss, good. 1 point Wildcat lead, 30.9 seconds to play in this basketball game. We've seen 2 great ball games here tonight. Back to the free throw line, second toss. He missed it. Oak Ridge maintains the lead, and Sean Bohannon brings down the rebound. Down the floor he goes to Mike Gibson. Gibson, Marsh, dunk! 2-hand stuff! John Marsh. And the Wildcats lead by 3. Here's a three-pointer, no good. Who pulls down the board? Oak Ridge's John Marsh. Marsh is fouled. Listen to the crowd. Monster dunk by John Marsh. 2-hand jam.
And an even bigger rebound on the other end, David. Great rebound on the other end. Probably even a bigger play as they attempted a three-point basket. John Marsh got the defensive board, and he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1.
66-63, and Bradley will call a timeout. 11.6 seconds to play in this ballgame. Scott, great dunk for John Marsh.
Yeah, my throwing passes to him in warm-ups today. It was pretty fun. He dunked a couple.
That's Scott McMahon. Scott, have you enjoyed the ballgame tonight?
Yes, I have, very much.
Joe. What an exciting basketball game. Both games have been great tonight. The girls winning it 68-64. The guys are on top 66-63.
Oh yeah, just a great night of basketball. I was a little worried early. There weren't many Oak Ridge fans here, and Bradley sort of came in and took over the gym, but a lot of fans came out, and it's just been an outstanding atmosphere for high school basketball. I mean, you can't ask for anything more on a Friday night.
The Wildcats, the Lady Wildcats, will be back in action tomorrow as they'll take on Shelbyville live from Shelbyville High School.
And we're taking the shortcut to Shelbyville, right, David?
Through Indiana. It'll be Oak Ridge at the free throw line, and John Marsh can give his team an even bigger lead. Right now it's the one in the bonus. John Marsh at the line, 66-63. Marsh shoots, good. 4-point Oak Ridge lead, 67-63. And John Marsh back to the free throw line with 13 points. 14 points, shot good. Oak Ridge by 5, under 10 seconds to play. Copeland guns, no good. On the rebound, Bradley to Walker, 4-3, three-pointer no good. The game has come to a close. Oak Ridge has won by a final score of 68-63, knocking the Bradley Bears from the undefeated mark. They came in at 9-0, and Oak Ridge knocks them off by a final score of 68-63. This is David Clary, Joe Caldwell. Our engineer back at the radio station is Nathan Forbes. We also have, let's see, Philip Leander and Chad Kroll with us on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Back-to-back wins for the Oak Ridge Wildcats as they win another thriller. Final score of the ball game, 68-63. We're going to take a break, send it back to our engineer Nathan Forbes. Oak Ridge wins it 68-63. The girls win tonight 68-64. So two very similar scores tonight in tonight's basketball game. Let's send it back to Nathan Forbes. We'll be back to the Oak Ridge High School gym in 3 minutes.